Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond Military Road. I'm Samantha Zambrana, and today I'm here with...
Hey, my name is Brett. I am the CEO of DMV Fitness and the founder of the Order Matters movement and the host of the Stronger by the Day podcast.
Perfect. So today we're going to get into it and ask some questions. So question number one. For those of you who may not know Brett's story, what led you to become a Burn Bootcamp franchise partner?
So it was kind of by accident. I was actually owned some cheer gyms, which was a spring floor, and then I was a CrossFit trainer, and I knew that through life experiences I wanted to get into something that would help me get back to people. And so I was able to find that Burn actually operated on the same floor, so I was able to merge the two passions together, and so I was able to get into Burn Bootcamp, which helped me get to the calling I felt to help and support people grow and be healthier, and at the same time also go across the businesses I had. So it was somewhat by accident, but aligned very well with things I was doing and a calling I felt that I had. So
I love that answer. Moving on to our second question. Burn Bootcamp has become much more than a place to just work out. When someone walks through your doors, what do you hope they leave besides a great workout?
Yes, I mean, fitness is the product we sell, but it's really, we're selling confidence and understanding their why. So what brought you in here? And then help them reach those goals, whatever they may be. So, I was talking to a lady yesterday that her goal is to do high rocks. So she signed up for DC High Rocks, never done a fitness competition in her life. Or some people, it's just come in there, they just had a baby, or they, just want to get into a community. So it's really, fitness is a good part of it, but it's really more around helping people feel whole again, feel healthy, feel empowered to take care of themselves. I said earlier, but a lot of things I talk about is fitness is a stewardship for your body to be able to fulfill and do the things that you're called to do or want to do. So we're helping them do that. So we're selling more than just fitness. We're giving them confidence, we're giving them a community and a place that they can grow and, safely reach some goals they got.
I love that answer. As you can see, Burn Bootcamp doesn't just care about your body, but they care about your personality as a whole in helping you reach your goals, which is something that stands out from other gyms in the area. Question number 3. As an entrepreneur, what has been one of the biggest challenges you face and how did you navigate it?
Yeah, so I think the hardest thing is I am forever looking at the new opportunities, things that are going on, and how can I mature them and better them. And so it's the resist the temptation to want to do the next thing and focus on what you currently have, and then make sure that stays in line with your priorities. So for me, that's faith, family, fitness. And if I let the entrepreneurial stuff or the business come first, then I'm out of line and my order's wrong and things are not going to work out. So it's really, for me, it's figuring out where that fits into that larger plan and then making sure that I am putting the correct amount of energy into what I got going and not half energy into a whole lot of things and then not getting anything done well.
I love that Brett has included faith as his answer, because something a lot of people don't realize is that faith is really important in what you believe in. And no matter what denomination you believe in, that should always come first, because without a role model or somebody to look up to, then you have no balance and your foundation will be shaky. And that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs maybe don't talk about because are scared to talk about their faith or what they believe in. But it's really important that Brett emphasizes that, because it's your foundation, and that's really important. And kind of following that question, can you explain a little bit how faith is important in your day-to-day life, and how does that guide you to become a better leader for others?
So one of the brands that we have is called the Order Matters, and that is actually a movement as well as a leadership academy as well as a standard to live by, and it's based on faith first as your compass is your guide, and then followed by family as who your service or what you're calling to do, and then fitness is your stewardship. I'm not going to get too deep into my story, but at one point, back to your conversation about foundation, God put me through a storm that I was not aware of what was going on at the time. And then I later found out that storm, that rock bottom, became that solid foundation to build on. And from that's where I wanted to build into career to focus to help people. So that's where fitness came in, and then faith is that guide. That faith starts there every time. What that means to you, that may vary for people, but for me, that's Christianity. But the faith is the guide, the compass that I'm going on, and until you surrender to that faith, you can't be of service. So I hear people say that, I say that surrender comes before the service, or the altar becomes before the assignment. So once you allow the faith and what you're believing in to be your guide and find your direction, that compass takes you where you're supposed to go.
Okay, Brett, you've supported Creations by Sammy for a number of years now by opening your Bro Bootcamp doors for me to do pop-ups there every Saturday. Why is it important for you to invest in other entrepreneurs and in your local community?
So I am of the mindset that if I have the opportunity to give back or opportunity to potentially open a door or help somebody out, I should. I think that it is reciprocated across, and if more people would actually do kind things for people without anything in expectation in return, like the world would just be a whole lot better place. And I actually fully mean that. So, that's part of all the things we do. We've even set up a nonprofit. It's called Full Out Inc., and it's designed or structured to help kids participate in organized sports for whatever that may do for them for good. So, off topic of your question, but the answer is really you work hard, you try hard. We have a facility. It makes our it makes our member interaction, member offerings more offer them, and also helps you out. So it's a chance to open the door and to do something that costs me nothing and hopefully helps out a lot of people. So no reason I wouldn't do it. Plus, it's cool to watch you grow and succeed, because she didn't know I'm gonna do this, but Sammy's always telling me about her goals, and they're lofty and they're cool. So if there was more people that were of that mindset, work hard and not want the success, but the invoice that comes with it, and that's what Sammy is. So I appreciate it. So that's why I do it.
Thank you for sharing that. And now I think Brett's going to ask me a question. So what is your question?
So if you've never seen her stuff, right? It's cool. And I noticed weird things like you had the hat rack that was you gotta be careful how it says. It was the correct height for kids. So I want to know, as I do a lot of marketing, and it's hard. Where do you come up with all the ideas for the stuff that you make? And if you do it by hand, how do you keep yourself going? Because it gets tedious, I'm sure, all that. So I'm really curious about the inspiration for even the items you're wearing now, like the necklace and the hairband or whatever. Where do you come up with the ideas?
That's a big question, but most of my ideas come from my mom, actually. She helps me think of products to come up for customers that are little people, toddlers, little girls, little boys, because my mom has a lot of experience in retail, so she has a lot of knowledge on her mind that I don't have. But also just social media, just endlessly scrolling and seeing what is trendy now for little kids and teens, and just seeing what they're into. Even just going to little kids stores and seeing what is their most popular item. And kids always love colorful things, they tend to gravitate towards that. So anything that will catch kids' eyes on their level, especially, and that they like to touch and feel and look at, because it's something a lot of kids tend to do, and just a habit. And even when parents are always oh my god, don't touch that, it's okay if they're touching, if they're looking, because that's how kids can experience things. So just a little bit about doing a little bit of research online, talking to other people to see what they're into, talking to moms to see what their kids are into, to see what toys they're purchasing for their birthdays. It might be trendy right now, and yeah. But that's all for our interview today, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and please make sure to subscribe, and let's see if Brett has any last words for the video today.
Just put me on the spot. No, I don't know that I do. So thanks for, and I was late. I'm sorry I was late. I was in a meeting. It's my fault. But thanks for having me. No, for me, again, I all of my entrepreneurial stuff was built out of literally hitting a rock bottom and then finding a foundation to build off of, and that was the faith, family, fitness, and it's matured and taken twists and turns. And I think that I guess my only advice, if I ever had to give anybody advice, would be if a door shuts, that's cool. That door is meant to be shut, and then look for the next one that's going to open. Because with that faith, it may not come when you want it. It may not come when you're ready for it, but it's going to become when you're ready to actually receive it and do something with it. And I believe that, and that's how I live my life. I appreciate having me in.
Perfect. Bye.